We are concerned because after the phone conversation, President Trump posted on his Truth Social tweet, and there are certain points that in his tweet that we would like to clarify. We're concerned because some of the points in his tweet doesn't, in our view, doesn't reflect an accurate understanding of the situation. Some of the points are inconsistent with the facts. Perhaps President Trump, the source of information, had deliberately distorted the facts. Had a phone conversation with President Trump concerning the situation on the border between Thailand and Cambodia. Now, as far as Thai side is concerned, our Prime Minister already spoke to the press last night, right after the phone conversation, so I don't have to go into the details. We are concerned because after the phone conversation, President Trump posted on his Truth Social tweet, and there are certain points that in his tweet that we would like to clarify. But first of all, we very much appreciate the concern on the part of President Trump about the current situation and his desire for peace. I can assure you that Thailand desires peace, but peace also requires the same desire, the same level of desire on the part of Cambodia as well. Now, we're concerned because some of the points in his tweet doesn't, in our view, doesn't reflect an accurate understanding of the situation. And some of the points are inconsistent with the facts. Perhaps President Trump, the source of information, had deliberately distorted the facts. Now, number one, President Trump, in his phone conversation with the Prime Minister, and also in his tweet, described the landmine incidents, 7 of them so far, I remind you, as roadside bombings or accident. Now, these incidents are definitely not accidents. They're the result of new mines planted by the Cambodian side. It's not just one incident, it's 7 incidents. And Thai soldiers have been severely wounded. They've lost their limbs, part of their limbs. And we pointed this out, in our phone conversation yesterday with President Trump. I myself had an earlier conversation with Secretary of State Rubio. I also pointed this out. And I think we're still, and this is not related to landmine, but this morning we had another attack on civilian target using the infamous BM-21 multiple rocket launchers. And 4 Thais were injured, 2 very severely. And I think President Trump said that our responsive more or less was excessive. Our retaliation, was excessive. I don't think our retaliation was excessive. I think it was proportionate to the military operation by the Cambodian side, and it was within the bounds of what we consider to be for defensive purposes. Now, we regret and we're disappointed that some of the points made by President Trump has bearing upon the feeling of the Thai people, Thailand, because we consider ourselves, we are proud, in fact, and to be the oldest treaty ally of the United States in the region. We are above that, a non-NATO ally as well. And, we stood together throughout the past for common causes of peace and stability in the region. And our troops have, stood side by side, fought shoulder to shoulder with American troops. And so we're disappointed because even to this day, our two countries continue to share what I consider to be common security interest and concern that is at the bedrock of our relationship. Another point is that Prime Minister Hun Manet, in his own tweet, he has called for the use of satellite to establish the facts, to verify the facts, who started the clashes. We don't have any problem with that. But if we're going to use satellites, technology to establish the facts regarding the clashes, let's also use the same technology to establish the fact regarding the laying of new landmines. Because Thailand believes in, being as transparent as possible. Another point that I wanted to make is that, the threats that we face right now at the border also comes from another source. That is all these scam operations along the border. And people have been subject to human trafficking. We have victims not only in the region, but throughout the world. And for this reason, Thailand is organizing, as you know, a minister level, high-level meeting on partnership in combating cybercrimes, especially online scams. We also want to note with much appreciation that during the conversation, President Trump has said that with regard to the trade talks on tariffs, he said that they should continue at the working level because it's been our position all along that trade should be trade. It means that these talks are about issues of trade, issues of mutual benefits to both sides, and should not be linked to the current situation with regard to Thailand, the border between Thailand and Cambodia.
This is so exciting because we did something that a lot of people said couldn't be done, and we saved maybe millions of lives on this one peace deal itself. And I'll tell you what makes me so happy is the two countries we're dealing with, and the third that helped so much. I appreciate so much. Maybe it couldn't have been done without you, but they really like each other. I'm not used to that when I do these deals. Usually there's a lot of hatred. They like each other. So it made it a little bit easier. But millions of people are alive today because of this peace treaty. So before I begin, I want to extend our deepest condolences to the Prime Minister, Newton, as well as His Majesty, the King of Thailand, and the entire nation on the passing of Her Majesty, Queen Sirikhet, the Queen Mother, and a beautiful, incredible woman who is so respected all over the world, actually respected. I know the people of Thailand will remember her forever as the embodiment of dignity, kindness, and grace that's just happened but this is a woman who was so loved and respected. Today we honor the memory by bringing the blessing of peace to the nation she dearly loved. She loved this nation like few people love their nations. This is a momentous day for all of the people of Southeast Asia as we sign a historic agreement to end the military conflict between Cambodia and Thailand. And we're so honored to be involved in that. It's so important to me. Two great countries, but they were going at it. I want to congratulate the two courageous leaders, and that's what they are. They were courageous. We're taking this monumental step. Prime Minister Hun Manet and Prime Minister Newton. I also want to thank Prime Minister Anwar of Malaysia. I called him right at the beginning and I said, you have two countries that are fighting right next to you. We need a third place. We need a sort of a neutral place, right? And he was there and I said to him, if we get this solved, I'm coming to your country. And I told the truth, didn't I? A lot of times they say that, and that's the last you ever see, but I felt I had an obligation to come because you were so great, and the two men alongside of you so great. Historic figures now, really historic figures. So I felt it was an obligation I had. I told it to you. That was about a year ago, and all of this has taken place. It's been so beautiful to see. It had started, and there was a lot of killing. And then when we got it stopped very quickly in this case, some we did in 32 years. It took 32 years to get them stopped. They were fighting for a long time. This was very nasty, but it was stopped very quickly before it started. And the two leaders have great respect for each other. But the Prime Minister played a very important role in helping convene the two sides for discussions here in Kuala Lumpur. Earlier this year, an armed clash broke out along the border of these two countries. Really ancient countries by most standards. They've been a long time, tremendous cultures, resulting in numerous deaths and thousands and thousands of people displaced from their homes. It was starting because of America's strong commitment to stability and peace in this region and every region where we can do it. My administration immediately began working to prevent the conflict from escalating. I held phone calls with both leaders. I was actually at Turnberry in Scotland when I did this. And we had a lot of phone calls, the three of us and then the four of us. We had a lot of phone calls. It was a beautiful day. I remember how beautiful it was. Turnberry is a great place, but I said, this is much more important than playing around the Gulf. So we sat there all day long making phone calls, and it was amazing the way it came together very quickly. I mean, really, very quickly. You caused me very good entertainment. I could have had a lot of fun, but this is much more fun for me than anything having to do with almost anything, because you're saving people and saving countries.